someone who had a hobby of collecting new coins? Jack and Nancy have such a hobby. They've collected several sets of coins. They're planning to give some of their pennies to some friends who also want to start collections. They have 12 pennies, and they want each friend to have 3. So the question is, friends will get 3 pennies. To find out, they'll take away or subtract. First, they subtract one group, or subset of 3. Now they subtract another subset of 3. And another. And now the last subset of 3. So there are 4 subsets of 3. The answer was found by subtraction. Another name for what we've done is division. We divided the set of 12 into 4 subsets of 3. But a faster way of dividing is to remember and use our division facts. 12 members in one set, separated into subsets of 3 members each, gives us, we've seen, 4 subsets. This is the division fact that shows this. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Now let's find the answer to another question. If you've ever played the game of ring toss, you know each player uses the same number of rings. Jim, Fred, and Grace have 12 rings altogether. If they divide the set of 12 rings among themselves, how many does each player get? They'll have to divide the rings into 1, 2, 3 subsets. They're thinking, how many rings will there be in each subset? This is one way to divide the set. A ring for Grace, 1 for Fred, 1 for Jim himself. Then a second ring for Grace, for Fred, for Jim, and so forth, until the rings have been divided into 3 subsets, or groups. But we can use an easier and faster way of dividing. Our division fact. We started with 12 members in a set, and separated the set into 3 subsets. These were equivalent. 4 members in each. The division fact is 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So we've now seen that 12 divided by 3 could really be asking 2 questions. How many subsets of 3 in 12? The answer is 4. How many in each of 3 equivalent subsets? The answer is again 4. The answer to both questions is the same. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Let's check this division problem on the number line. We can ask, how many 3s in 12? Remember how we subtracted the subsets from 12? On the number line, we also start with 12. As in subtraction, we move to the left. 3 spaces, then 3 more spaces, 3 more, and 3 more. We see that there are 4 3s in 12. So 12 divided by 3 equals 4. We've checked our division fact on the number line. We can also check our division by doing multiplication on the number line. How many times 3 equals 12? We see that 4 times 3 equals 12. So we see that division is the opposite, or the inverse of multiplication. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. And 4 times 3 equals 12. So for each division fact, there's a multiplication fact that goes with it. We also know from multiplication that multiplication facts come in pairs. The law of order helps us remember that if 4 times 3 equals 12, then 3 times 4 equals 12. If 3 times 4 equals 12, then how many 4s in 12? The answer is 3. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. This is the division fact that goes with the multiplication fact, 3 times 4 equals 12. So we see that we now have 4 number facts. They make up a number family. We know that in a multiplication fact, these are the factors, and this the product. In a division fact, this is the product, and these are the factors. There are many more division facts. Here is 6 divided by 2. Now, what about this? 4 divided by 1. We can ask, how many 1s in 4? Let's use the number line for this problem. We'll start at 4 and move 1 space at a time to the left. 1 1, 2 1s, 3 1s, 4 1s. We see that 4 divided by 1 equals 4. Let's divide 7 by 1. 7 1s in 7. We see that in division, any number divided by 1 equals that number. So we can divide numbers by 1. Can we divide a number by 0? Let's take 7 divided by 0. Remembering that division is the inverse of multiplication, let's ask, what number times 0 equals 7? In multiplication, there is no number times 0 that equals 7. So there is no inverse. We cannot divide 7, or any number, by 0. Now let's use our number line to try to divide 7 by 0. We know that to divide, we move spaces to the left. But to divide by 0 would mean moving 0 spaces to the left. Well, 0 spaces are no spaces. If we cannot move any spaces, we cannot divide by 0. Now let's think about 0 with our set of 12 rings. If we divide the set among 3 people, each person would get 4 rings. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. But if we had only 3 rings, each of 3 persons would get just 1 ring. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. Suppose we had no rings, 0 rings. Each of 3 persons would get 0 rings. So 0 divided by 3 equals 0. In division, 0 divided by any number is 0. We have seen that in division, a problem like 12 divided by 3 could really be asking 2 questions. How many subsets of 3 in the set of 12? Or, how many in each subset if we separate the set of 12 into 3 equivalent subsets? If we know how many in each subset, our answer tells us the number of subsets, 4. If we know how many equivalent subsets, the answer tells us how many in each subset, 4. So we can solve our division problems by knowing our division facts. Nancy and Jack can also use multiplication facts to help solve their division problems. They know that division is the inverse of multiplication. A problem like 12 divided by 3 asks, what number times 3 equals 12? So when we know our division facts, when we remember that division is the opposite or inverse of multiplication, and when we can check division on the number line, we will be using division to help solve our mathematics problems.